Since his surprising opening stage win on the 2010 Dakar, David Cato has been constantly developing the Sherco.
Depuis le Dakar, on n'a pas arrêté.
Since the Dakar, we've competed a lot.
On a fait Dubai,
Tunisia, Sardinia. This race in Portugal and Morocco, this won't count for the World Championship. For the moment, I'm the leader of the World Championship, and we continue to develop the bike on a hard race schedule to have the maximum amount of information about the bike. We've had a lot of problems, but we fixed them with hard work. We'll continue like that. I've had the chance to have two fantastic mechanics who work full-time on my bike. And an engineer who works on the engine at the factory. Of course, for me, it's a fantastic experience. The 450, we have to work on the weight of the lightest bike possible in relation to the power. Our bike with a full tank is 150 kilos. It's unbelievable to have a bike so light and strong.
C'est vraiment le carbone aujourd'hui est un composant incroyable.
The strength of the carbon fibre is enormous.
Cette pièce en carbone, ça c'est tout un carbone aussi. C'est vrai qu'on vit une histoire incroyable. Ce que j'ai fait au Dakar.
It's true, I'm living an extraordinary story with the Dakar stage win on this bike, which was only a few months old. On the 1st September, we had 3 people: my chassis mechanic who makes the aluminium pieces, the guy who makes the carbon pieces. I met them, and immediately we had a good feeling between us. So they worked together on this fantastic bike, which is a true prototype. To win a stage on the Dakar was magic for all of us. Everything is handmade. It's unbelievable work to make the pieces as good as they can be. We make all the corrections by hand and make as many pieces as we need, like a different tank for different capacities that I need on each stage. It's huge work in a very small basement under the house of one of my mechanics. It's crazy that it works, you can't imagine. One morning, 3 minutes before the start, the bike won't start. Since this happened, we've established a start checklist. It means I wait the mechanics an hour before the start and they have to check everything works well on the bike. The engine starts, if everything is well fixed, just to check everything is ready to go, to minimise the risks of any problem.
Et ils se lèvent et ils ont une checklist à faire impérative, c'est-à-dire qu'une heure avant la moto doit démarrer et ils doivent vérifier le serrage des roues et le serrage de certains composants où on a eu des problèmes. Donc voilà, on a plusieurs checklists.
Ici par exemple on a
As you see, we have a lot of stuff to verify in the checklist, like the filters, the pump and the starter. The most basic stuff is safety elements like front fork wheels, attaching the GPS. When we've checked all the elements of this, we've done 80% of the work. It's long and boring to do, but it's crucial for us because it's a condition of the performance of our rider. But more important, it's a question of safety. There's a big friendship bond with my mechanics, and all this work makes it stronger. Of course, there are kind of equipment and pieces have a cost. Carbon is very expensive material, and the price of my bike is estimated at more than €50,000. But the results are worth it. My sponsors understand that. What's more, they're proud to be a part of this adventure, to see their trademark on this beautiful technological performance bike. It's not finished because we're preparing a whole new bike for the next Dakar with the tank placed lower to have a better centre of gravity which will increase the performance. It makes me really excited to get on with it and go for a ride in the desert.
Pour les futurs clients et potentiels qui peuvent venir en rallye et puis c'est vrai que la moto est magnifique donc ça donne vraiment envie de monter dessus et de partir dans le désert. C'est bizarre parce que en plus je roule avec.
It's strange because here I have less pressure than the Dakar because I started with no idea what will happen. When I started the special stage I was thinking, okay, ride as fast as you can, see if the bike accepts this speed of racing or if it breaks. But if I make some good results, I now know the project is good and possible and I'm making my maximum effort to win the World Championship. I won Dubai, I came 3rd in Tunisia, I'm leading the World Championship and I put a big pressure on myself for that. But with this event not counting, I'm much more relaxed and I can take pleasure in riding the bike.
Je suis beaucoup plus détendu. À demain. Salut.
See you later. Bye bye. So now we know why Casto is always smiling. It's a very special piece of kit. We'll be having a look after the break and seeing how Casto and the other competitors in the bike section get on in Morocco. Join us in a few minutes.
for you to experience the greatest race in the world, Eurosport goes 24. From scrutineering to the podium, get set to live a full week of Motormania. Day by day, get to the heart of Le Mans with the magazine 24 Minutes, live right throughout the week. And you won't miss a second of the big duel between Audi and Peugeot, because the race is live, non-stop, on Saturday and Sunday. Qualifying for the Le Mans 24-hour race, Thursday, live on Eurosport.
Share all the passion of the Le Mans 24 hours with Total Quartz Eneo Lubricants.
Mitchell, partner of endurance racing, Mitchell and Green X Challenge.
Top Eurosport events in 2010, plus much more live and on-demand sport. Only on Eurosport Player. To find out more, go to eurosportplayer.com.
A tough day for the bikes on leg 4. Before the riders even start the stage, they've ridden 272 kilometres to get there. Today will be a difficult stage. The weather's very hot. The stage is very long. It will be a hard day for the riders. I have good momentum. I'm the overall leader. I try to keep it. Mario Petreo, the former off-road bike champion but not an expert in race, passed it yesterday and has to open the road today. Some of the experienced riders thought this would cause him problems, and unfortunately after just 5 kilometres he is lost. The notorious Moroccan stages taking their first prisoner. Wasn't an easy stage at all for me. It's the first time I race in Morocco on these kind of tracks. 20 kilometres I lost myself. It's taken a long time to rejoin the good track. Very complicated day for me. He did eventually manage to follow Rosas back to the finish. David Casto on the fantastic Sherco machine made the most of experience today and had an absolutely faultless ride. All the work on the bike has clearly paid off, and he moves into the lead for the first time. We started at noon, the hot weather at its maximum. There's really a navigation stage today with tracks everywhere, a lot of changes with GPS and headings. Met a lot of flocks of sheep. For my part, I started sick this morning, but quickly overtook the first riders and was opening the stage and the route. So I make the road for the others. Wonderful day with a beautiful stage. We used to say in Morocco there are stones everywhere, but we rode 250 kilometres on fabulous tracks today, fast and twisty. A real pleasure to ride. KTM's Ruben Farrier. First Moroccan stage for him without Cyril Desprez leading him. Usually acts as Desprez's water carrier. Farrier found the rest of the group and ran together as one, so not as spectacular as some were expecting from the Works KTM rider, but a sensible approach. It's a lot of navigation. The notes on the road, but we're very close together. A lot of roads, not easy to find. So it's very bit difficult, but not as technical as I expected. Frans Verhoeven from the Netherlands on the BMW 450 came here not actually wanting to push hard and compete for stage times, but couldn't help it as his prototype bike was working very well. Good news yesterday for him from the BMW squad, who have big plans ahead. Had a few problems, lost some time, but made up most of it after the refuel stop, riding absolutely flat out.
had a problem because I lost the front fender, which jumped off, and I don't know what happened. So I had to stop and take a Riesland to have it attached on the front fork, and then I lost some time on the first group until we came to the refueling point. And when we left at the refueling point, I really attacked because I was a little bit mad about losing this time by working on the bike. So I overtook again Paulo Gonçalves, Helder Rodriguez, Roman Faria, and I finished together with David Castell.
Helder Rodriguez on the Yamaha 450 had led since special stage 2. Didn't want to open the road today, slowed on yesterday's stage to drop down the running order and followed the other riders in today, lost too much time and he lost the lead. Paulo Gonçalves on the BMW 450 lacks experience with the road foot and just couldn't get his head around it today. He wasn't able to push how he'd like, but luckily for him others suffered more problems and he still moved up the order. Jose Manuel Pelica on a KTM 690 suffered a lot of problems early in the rally, but today on the first of the African stages he finally felt much better. Broke up from the group, and as we can see he had to ride alone and manage all his navigation, but despite that he had a good day and he moved up a place overall. So David Castell taking the stage win on the Sherco, Ruben Faria, Verhoeven, Rodriguez and Gonçalves, all still within 10 minutes of each other on this stage, and indeed the top 4 within 10 minutes of each other overall. Castell, Rodriguez, Faria and Verhoeven. Still anybody's race, and the gaps could be ours by the end of the Moroccan stages. So Cyril Desprez is going to run us through leg 5, a loop between El Rachida and El Rachida, 340 kilometres of special. For me, this is the big stage of the whole rally, with a mix of everything. Fast tracks at the beginning, very fast at Dusty 2. It's important to start in front and not at the back. We approach Erfoud for the first time. Some mountain roads, some ravines. We continue to make the road to the south, and maybe the riders will face the first dunes before coming back to Rezami. So places that a lot of competitors know already, but when you know very well a place, it's the easiest place to get lost. So tomorrow then, the competitors should hit the first of the sand dunes, the Erfoud area, very popular with the works teams for both bikes and cars for testing, and it's going to be a big challenge. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Andrew Coley, and I hope you'll join us tomorrow.